Okay, so let's talk immersive reading. So immersive reading is basically when you are reading along a physical copy of a book or Kindle virtual and listening to it in your ears. So like listening to it on audiobook. I that has been my preferred way to read for a little while now. And honestly, it has its pros and its cons. So let's kind of go through 'em. So one of the pros for immersive reading is I feel like I am paying attention to the story. I'm paying attention to all of the details because I'm not only seeing it, but I'm also hearing it. I'm hearing like the inflection and the narrator's voice. So I'm getting a chance to feel that, like those true emotions. Well, and then I can control the speed. So it does help you read a lot faster. But one of the cons is that when you're reading on your own, like without the audiobook, or if there's a book that doesn't have an audiobook attached with it, I feel like it takes me a little longer to finish it, a little longer to comprehend what's going on. And then I'm having to go back and reread things a little more. I'm also getting distracted by like outside noise or things that are going on around me. One of the good things about immersive reading is that it's kind of blacking out the noise. You have the book physically in front of your face, so you have really no other choice but to pay attention to the story. Another con that I really didn't think about too until recently is that it costs a lot of money sometimes to try to have both versions of the books, and not really so much money like it's impossible to have both. Depends on what your preferred way of reading is. I prefer it for like a book if you know that you're reading like a genre of a book that it doesn't really do it for you. Like for me, I'm not really into I don't do horror. I don't do horror at all. But if I was reading a horror book, because if I had to read one, then I would probably choose to immersive read it because I know it'll probably catch my attention a little more. Like if I am reading a book and it's not catching me at all, like in a format, if I'm listening to it solely on audiobook or solely just reading it on its own, and it's not catching me, what I'll do is I'll try to immersive read it to see if that'll catch my attention. And usually it does. So if you want to immersive read, I definitely suggest doing it. It's a fun way to read. Don't beat yourself up if it's taking you a little longer to read a book when you're not immersive reading. You just kind of have to get yourself back acclimated to reading it on your own. I do try to pick certain books that I'm going to immersive read, and then I try to have books that I'm reading at the same time that I'm not immersive reading. Now those take me a little longer to get through, but it's kind of what I'm trying to do is trick my brain into being able to do whichever at the drop of a dime, basically. But that's immersive reading.